Hi guys, it's Jamila here from Slap. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the brand new Saie Beauty Hydrabeam Concealer. This is brand new from Saie Beauty and I was very excited to get my hands on it, so I'm just going to get into it. But if you haven't subscribed already guys, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the Slap family. And without further ado guys, here is the video. This is the brand new Saie Hydrabeam Concealer. It says it is a sheer brightening under eye concealer and I'm very excited to try it. As you guys know, I do love Saie Beauty a lot. I've got their bronzer, their cream bronzer, which I do really like, and I have their powder, but I don't have it anymore because I had to send it back because it wouldn't open, and I haven't repurchased it again since. But I did really love that. Unfortunately, the NARS has just kind of become my go-to, so I just haven't felt the need to rebuy the Saie one, but I did really love the Saie one, which I had in the shade Translucent Medium and Translucent Deep. My only concern with that one, and the reason I haven't repurchased it, is because it had a slightly whiter undertone. It had a slightly more cool undertone. As always, it comes in their very cute purple and black packaging. I really love the Saie Beauty packaging. So I got this at Cult Beauty. It is available at Saie Beauty and also at Sephora, so I will link that down below. I got one shade. I was feeling quite not wild. I got the shade HB6. It is £20, 26 US dollars. One of the things I really love about Saie Beauty is they don't inflate their prices. They're really reasonably priced. As you guys probably know, it is a clean beauty brand. It is from the USA. And yeah, I'm excited to try it. This came in 9 shades. It says brighten and blur with the concealer from the future. Meet the skin enhancing, face filtering concealer from the future, packed with clinically tested powerhouse ingredients like squalane, glycerin, cucumber and tomato extract. Hydrabeam is your ultra hydrating sheer concealer that covers just enough and illuminates a lot. The unique formula has a lightweight whipped gel texture that blurs, brightens and creates a fresh and glowing finish under eyes and anywhere else you please. I'm going to show you guys the packaging, show you some swatches, and then I'm going to get into a demo. So guys, that is it. Those are the swatches on. I actually really like the shade. I think I got the right shade, so I'm really happy about that. HB6 is the shade I got, and it looks like a really good middle shade to all the shades that I try and make middle shades. So it looks like a really good middle between the Dior Backstage in 4N and 5N. It also looks like it's a bit richer than the Dior Forever 4.5N, which is a little bit too light. It's more neutral than the Pat McGrath MD24, and it's lighter than the Rose Inc LX170, which is more of a skin tone shade for me, an all over face shade. The thing I was surprised about was how different it was from the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk in shade number 10. That for me is quite brightening and quite light, and it felt very different in both texture and shade. I thought they'd be pretty much the same. The Giorgio Armani comes off a lot more golden when swatched next to this, and it actually still felt a lot more lightweight in feel. Felt like a lot more of a fluid consistency than the Saie one did. But the Saie one, the minute I swatched it, I could really see the brightness coming through. It looks very illuminating and very glowy. So I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be a nice brightening concealer. In terms of the packaging, I feel like the packaging is really cute. It's very sleek, it's very minimal. I love the clear plastic tube and the silver lid, which goes with the silver logo at the bottom. I think it's really nice. My only concern is that it's a bit long, so it just depends on your makeup bags, but I guess it's no longer than a mascara, so that's good. I'm just thinking about summer and travel, but I think it's really nice. It's really chic, really simple. Obviously it's plastic, so not the most sustainable thing in the world, but really like it nonetheless. I think it's really nice. It feels very lightweight and just simple. I love it. The brush head wasn't my favorite brush head. I've got a lot of different brush heads that I like. I really like the Pat McGrath one because it's kind of like a little heart-shaped doe foot, but it's kind of tilted, so it's really good for getting in. I like the Dior one because it's the Dior Backstage one, because it's like a thin paintbrush, which is really good for getting into like the crevices and the nooks of my under eye. This one is pointed. It's got a kind of conical shape, and it does look very good, like it will be very good for precision, but it doesn't have as much flexibility as the Dior Backstage does or the Pat McGrath does, because it kind of tilts. But who knows, I haven't actually tried it yet. So I'm gonna pop it on under my eye. Definitely is very glowy. It really reminds me of the powder, that kind of reflect glow. It does have a silverness to that glow, which the powder does have as well. There's a pearlescence to it, which isn't the most flattering on deeper skin tones all the time. So we'll see how it goes. So that is the concealer on one side. It definitely does feel like it's a little bit on the whiter side in terms of the reflect. I definitely do feel the glow straight away. I get the Hydrabeam side of it. It looks very glowy, very illuminating, but it does have a whiteness to it that I don't think makes it the most flattering. Considering when I swatched it and when I first applied it, it looked much more golden neutral and much more like it would flatter my skin tone. So what I'm going to do, because it is quite sheer, it's done a good job of covering up my dark circle and actually like neutralizing a little bit, but I don't think it's completely eradicated it. So I want to see how buildable it is first before I apply it on this side. actually much prefer it layered up. It still is very sheer to the point where it hasn't really covered up all of the dark marks on my face. You can still see them kind of shining through and poking through, which is good, I guess, if you've got something like freckles and you don't want to completely cover them up and you want them to shine through. I think that's really nice. I think if you are trying to cover up a blemish though, it is a little bit annoying that you can't do it with 2 coats, but I do really see the radiance in this. I love the glow of it. It feels really nice and glowy. It makes it look like I've got super healthy looking skin. So I do like that. I am still feeling like it's got a little bit of a white cast to it. I feel like there's a little bit of pearlescence to the glow that I don't love, but in real life in the mirror it doesn't look as obvious as it does with the lights. What I'm going to do now on this side, I'm going to pop a bit of foundation on underneath just to see how it sits on top of foundation. I'm going to use the NARS light reflecting foundation in the shade Macao, just because it's a bit more of a true golden undertone. That is the Saie Beauty Hydrabeam Concealer on. On its own, I think it's a bit patchy and it's not quite the right shade for me. With my foundation, I feel like it looks a lot better. It blends out a lot better, also having a nice base to grip on. I think it just works better. It looks more seamless and it looks a lot more realistic. So this is the foundation side, and this is the non-foundation side. Very glowy, very glowy. Guys, I am back. It is now 10:55, almost 11 o'clock. I've been wearing this for 6.5 hours. Not bad, not the longest wear test, but not too bad. I kind of just want to wash my face now, but I wanted to give you guys a quick final close-up. I just had a look in the mirror, and considering I've been working and I've had my hand on my face, I feel like it does still look pretty decent. It looks nice, it looks natural, it looks fresh and glowy, but I think I might just be a little bit too glowy. It's not the worst thing. I think if you've got dry skin or combination dry skin, you're gonna like this, but I think if you've got oily skin, I think this is gonna be a little bit too glowy for you. On camera here, it doesn't even look as glowy as it does in the mirror. When I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh my god, you're so shiny. And I think that's the difference. It's like, it's not shiny, but it's it's veering on shiny, so not bad. It looks very seamless. I do really like that about it. It is quite special for a concealer to be so seamless, but that it is so glowy. And I do feel like the kind of undertone, the slightly whitish undertone, has kind of calmed down a little bit, particularly in the mirror. But I do still think that I will have to wear it with foundation because I think it just looks a lot better that way. But I'm going to give you guys a quick final close up now, and then I'm going to finish up. So guys, that is it. That is my finished look. That is the brand new Saie Beauty Hydrabeam Concealer in the shade HB6. Not a bad concealer, not as good as I was expecting it to be, or as good as I had kind of hyped it up in my head. It's okay. I think it looks a lot better in the mirror than it does on camera or with the lights. I do think it looks nice and glowy, but I do think it does veer slightly onto the shiny side, and I think if you've got oily skin, it's going to be too shiny for you, to be honest. I just think it can be a bit too much. I like the Hydra beamness of it, and I do feel like I get the Hydra of the hydration and I get the beam of the glow, but I think it might be a bit too beamy. I much prefer it with the foundation. My thoughts haven't really changed much since I first tried it on, although I do feel like the shade looks a bit more natural and a bit more realistic than it did when I first applied it. It's not bad. I think for £20, 27 US dollars, not a bad concealer at all. It gives you probably about the same coverage as the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, but I do find that one feels a little bit more lightweight on the skin, and the undertone in the shade number 10, which I have, is just a bit more suitable for me. But I do like the glow factor of this. I just think it might be a bit too glowy. So it's a confusing one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Will you be buying it? Will you be trying it? Let me know. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you haven't subscribed already, guys, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the slap family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.